Hey ladies, happy Sunday to you. We are back with another episode of Self Care Sunday. And how are you loving the series so far? I hope you're liking it. I am enjoying filming the sessions for you. Yeah. And I hope that you're enjoying receiving them. Last week we had a great one. I feel like if you haven't watched any of these or you're wondering which one to watch, I would say maybe start with the one we had last week. I feel like every woman sort of just needs to explore those questions we're exploring in our Self-Care Sunday last week. All right, with that being said, let's get into this one. So you know what to do, ladies. Get you a yummy beverage of your choice. Get your journal and sit down in a place where you can't be disturbed for some time. You know, this is you and you time. We love to go deep. And today we are exploring honesty with ourselves, emotional honesty with ourselves, honesty around our wants and our desires. Let's get into it. So, ladies, I know this to be true. We tend to downplay our wants and our desires. It is such a pandemic, you know, within women, just downplaying what we want. And I don't know if it's because we live in a patriarchy and so we feel unheard most of the time and so on, but my goodness, are we good at downplaying what we want and what we desire? And what we're trying to do here with this Self-Care Sunday series is to really come into an authentic place for ourselves, to figure out for ourselves what are those things that make me me, what are those things that I really want to be about and to do, and to then go ahead and actually do them, because that's how you create a life that is meaningful and happy for you. And it's important to understand what you want, because if you don't know what you want, then you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're asking life to give you. And we have desires and needs and wants, and sometimes we dismiss them, right? We tend to dismiss them a lot. And I want us to get into the practice of looking at our desires and acknowledging them. Because when we acknowledge the things that we want and that we desire, then they can actually start to come into our lives. The universe can work with us and say, okay, there's some honesty there. She is admitting that this is what she would like to bring forth in her life. Now I can work with that energy, right? And that's what we want. It's so important. What you want matters. What you desire matters. And I know that, you know, the topics can be tricky, like don't have too much desire and so on and so forth. But how do you know where you're going if you don't even know what you desire? You have to explore that to an extent. Do you need it to take over your whole life? No, but you want to at least understand it so you can understand where you're trying to go. All right, so get your journal, and this is what we're going to be exploring today. I want you to answer this question, and I want you to answer it with honesty. And at this stage, we are not talking about how to make those wants and those desires come, you know, to life. We're not answering the how right now. So I want you to, you know, be out of self-judgment with this. Don't try and be like, oh, but it's been too long that I've been wanting this and it hasn't come to life. All of that, leave it out at the door. Okay, right now we're just actually authentically, honestly looking at what we want and what we desire, and just being true to ourselves. You don't worry, you don't have to share your wants and desires with other people, not at all. This is just creating a good energy flow within yourself by understanding what do you want and what do you desire. So answer the question, what desires and wants have I been dismissing that I really would love to see come into fruition in my life? And I've been saying, I don't really want that, or I've been downplaying it as if it doesn't matter, but it really matters to me. What are the desires and the wants that really matter to me that I would love to see come alive, you know? And just go all out. It could be a really big desire, or maybe it's something that you deem to be small. But as women, remember, we are very detailed. We love details, the little nitty-gritty details. I mean, we love that. And that's incredible, because that's also something that shows you, you know, this is what you really want and this is how it looks to you. So what does that feel like and what does that look like? Go into detail and describe that for yourself. Don't worry about how you're going to make it come true. The how is actually not really our job for the most part. But at least be honest with you with this question. All right. And then next, go into emotional honesty. What emotions have I been dismissing that I've been feeling? And this can go in both ways, what we term positive emotions or negative emotions. Sometimes it's very difficult to be emotionally honest with ourselves, especially in scenarios and in roles where there's a lot of love that exists. Because sometimes in the place of love, it's difficult to critique or to bring correction or to understand when a hurt has happened from somebody that, that we love. So sometimes we don't even want to look at it, right? Like maybe a family member betrays you and you can't face it. You can't even say the words because it's so painful. So you don't even look at it. I just want you, as you're exploring this part, to understand that you don't have to speak to that person just yet. You don't have to go and do something about this emotion yet, but you do need to tell yourself the truth about how you're feeling about a particular thing and a situation, right? Just emotional honesty with you. Because when we are not honest about how we're feeling, we create all of these energy blocks within ourselves. And we want to create great flow and to bring clarity within ourselves, first and foremost. And whether or not later on we share it, that's a whole different question. But are you honest with you about how you are feeling? Are you honest with you about what you want and what you desire? Start with you first. We have these high standards of honesty, right, in society where we don't want other people who are outside of ourselves to lie to us. We want them to be honest with us. But sometimes as people, we like lying to ourselves a lot of the time. So I want us to bring it back home, right? Where are you lying to you about how you feel and what you want and what you desire? Just be honest with you about it. Like, man, I would really love for that situation to happen for me, or for this scenario to be a possibility in my life. Just be honest about it. No judgment. Because this is where the details of your life lie, and now we want to come alive in who we are, right? That's it. Nothing more than this for today. You don't have to go and do anything about those desires and wants and emotions just yet. I just want you to be honest with you about how you're feeling, what you want, and what you desire. And then from there, we'll take it some other place another time. But look at you, sis. Don't you feel relieved? Like just being honest and saying, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is what I want. Right? Or this is how I feel. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Thank you for spending time with me today with our Self-Care Sunday series. I will see you again next week with a new one. In the meantime, take care of you and know that I'm always in your corner. See you soon. Mwah.